Oh, where has the Taco podcast gone? I've heard it. I've seen the comments. And I appreciate each and every one of you reaching out to wonder, where has it gone? Well, we were taking a little bit of a break because, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of what a lot of people out there might think, I have a life outside of the internet and social media as a whole. Yeah, well, raising a child and living life sometimes gets in the way. I know it's been a couple weeks since you got a taco podcast video, and I'm aware of that. And, well, I'm sorry for that as well. So, what has been going on in our lives that has taken up so much of our time that I haven't been able to film an episode and edit it and get it up on, YouTube and other social media platforms for you to watch? Well, let's start with my little man, Taco. The reason why we call this the Taco Podcast in the first place. Taco has been going to summer camp. It's a camp that has been put on by the Ark, which is a local, and they're in other areas across the United States as well. But here in our area, they're local, to one city, and they help children and young adults with barriers to education and employment. And they have a summer camp program. Now, he goes for 4 hours a day, and each week it's a different theme, nature, flowers, animals, things like that. And every other day they have swim day. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have to be there with him because he knows how to swim, but he's not what you would call the strongest swimmer. And it takes him, see, just getting in a pool of water is stimulation, and it's enough. If it's too cold, it's an overstimulation for him. Now add in other children who are screaming and splashing and having fun, he gets overstimulated immediately. So I have to be there so he can enjoy the practice. So I have to get in the pool with him. So that's Tuesdays and Thursdays. That only leaves me Wednesdays and Fridays to be able to tell you about what the rest of his week has been like and what's been going on with him. So, and the other 2 days of the week, he has where he does crafts and he does other, indoor activities where they try to get him. And, if I'm not there, my mother-in-law is there on those other days, where they try to integrate him into socializing with other children. That has always been a huge barrier for him. He is more what you would call a wallflower. He will stand back and he will watch other children play. And then after they're done playing with something or they're done completely, they've moved on to a completely different area, he'll go over and try it himself. If they're playing with a ball or a truck or a puzzle or whatever it might be, he doesn't like to interact with other children, and because he doesn't know how others are going to perceive him. In a lot of ways, he's still in here and he doesn't know how to express himself, in a situation where there are other children around. Now, that's not constant though. He has his friend Thomas, who is, on about the same level of autism as my son. And then he has his friend Jackson. And Jackson is what you call more, autistic, if you want to put it on a scale. He has a lot more barriers to everything else. But he has them, but they're not there at summer camp every day with him. They're only there for 2 days a week, as opposed to my son being there for 4 days a week. So, at the other days of the week, it's never the same days. That they're not just there for swim days on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then they're gone the rest of the week. Sometimes it's Monday, Tuesday. Sometimes it's Tuesday and Thursday, or Monday and Thursday. It's never the same thing. So there's a new factor to it, a new location, new children, and then the stimulation and the noise, the lights, the sounds. They try to keep it down as much as they can for him. Obviously, he can't wear, ear-canceling headphones in a pool while he's swimming. I mean, I'm sure they'd probably make something like that, that would help, but they just don't have it. I don't possess it right off the top of my head. I guess I'm going to have to go onto Amazon or go onto one of the family forums that I follow and see if they have a recommendation for a child who is on the spectrum. But anyways, so that has been taking up a vast majority of my time. Additionally, on top of that, I've been working. I have a full time job doing this, and I have a lot of other activities, for my other channel where I'm going to courts and I have to go to different hearings to listen to, and actually see what's going on, requesting information and stuff like that. In case you're not following me on my other content, I talk about true crime and I report on true crime. And I document everything that I talk about. And I try to keep my personal opinion out of what I actually do. I try to bring the facts to people, in such a way that they can easily understand it. So it's not so much, legal jargon, and it's more legalese, that you can understand. And you can understand the court system and why they do the things that they're doing. That's what I do. That in itself is a full-time job plus. Now add in taking care of a child and everything else on top of it and trying to somehow, just a little bit, have some existence of a personality and life left. Yeah, it takes away sometimes. Life gets in the way, as I say, to making content for you, the viewer. And I really do appreciate it. But, at the same time, I have to do my job because I have to pay the bills for the electricity and for the cameras and all this other stuff. Because I never, ever will ask you for a dime of your money. And you shouldn't have to give it to people unless you want to. So that's where I've been. And that's what I've been doing. I hope that each and every one of you has been, having a terrific summer so far. School is coming back around the corner. And life is going to ease back out for me. It's not right now. It's just really hectic with trying to keep everything up to date, and up to what speed on what everything that's going on in my life. But when school gets back into, a normal schedule and stuff like that, I can, I have more time to be able to do this content for everyone. In the meantime, you stay safe out there, and I will see you all again very soon.